or no, at Johnny Rolls, and I can bring that one with. So I have to tear this computer. Ooh! Back to myself. All that PTSD is caught up to me. I think I have it. Well, if he was trying to sleep around the doctors there, was he? Try to get ahead of somebody on it. And then she's probably married or she's still single. Who knows? She's an older than she's part of the 40-year-olds or the early 50s. And there's a woman in Hollywood she's probably still having a nap. I had a dream about her once. I'm just kidding. Because I'm the one from Richmond. Yeah, me. I am. I'm the one from Richmond. Chris Gregoire was never in Richmond. Probably never has been in Richmond. And maybe never has. Where he was down there on nomad work, and he was down there with my dad's. My dad was with him the whole time, and those two were close now. And I just said he was a nomad, and he said, "Fuck, caught, red-handed. Doesn't mean you don't love me, Guy, because you're not willing to kill me. So if he's not willing to kill me either, because me and Sean would have to kill him, because we're buddies from high school, and we're just buddies from school and elementary school and high school. We weren't super close in elementary school, but we were still there together. And I was just a different kind of person than he was. But we got close, and we did live across the river from each other. And I didn't even think about it. He could have just took the boat over, and because he was out fishing on that lake, and I was out there. And I was just hanging out with Carson, and he could have just took the boat over. He probably thought I had this thing for his sister, and I never did. Except we shared a kiss once. And that's the bottom line. And she must have told her girlfriends, because I didn't tell nobody. Literally, I didn't tell anybody. I just have to reinforce that on Cliff, because he seems to care about that more than anything. And that's family stuff, and that's secretive stuff. And your work's secretive to your family. They don't know what you do on the video. And that's where it ends. That's when the fun ends, because he's pretending to be Guy. Guy's never been on a fucking video, but he's been in Chris G's mind. He knows who he is. And he simply doesn't have control over him anymore. He's doing stuff that worries him. Because Chris is told to try and find a way to scare me into their ranks. That's not going to happen, ever. So, and Chris is the guy that does have PTSD. And they gave him that because he pretended. And he's in with them. He doesn't need the 1600. And simply put, he gets money in like a paycheck. And he's simply a guy that had to visit Pat Haynes. And he's simply a guy that decided that he liked it. Or decided he didn't want it. It wasn't an option for him. Has he ever been out there? I don't know. Ask him. Certain generations know certain things. And I never had my shit pushed in. And maybe Chris hasn't. So maybe they're in love. Maybe Chris is a neighborhood lover. And I'm not. So that's okay. Because guess what? I don't give a shit. You can be testing over there. That's fine. He's doing something that's embarrassing him because they led him onto it. So, and it embarrasses you guys because he hasn't worked for me since 07. Since he, got popped. And I'm not a homosexual. So, I'm tearing down my computer because I can. I'm going into town because I can. Simply put, somebody's on the way to drive me. Some people have smartphones. Other people live in a fucking antique world where I had a flip phone out here for a while. Look at this. I found a way to keep it on the internet without that one being on the internet. Oops. Keyboard. So for the cost of being a Lord, I get to hang out with people online. For the price of a silver dollar. How many silver dollars do I have? I'm in the negative big time. Big time, so I get to operate like I'm a teenager again. No anarchist cookbook, Cody. You scared the bejesus out of every fucking biker on the planet. They simply think I'm Hell's Angel now. And I think it's Ralph Barger. I think Ralph Barger is Hell's Angel. Because there's good angels around me too. And the saying that somebody said, or something someone said. And there's good ones and bad ones. That's the bottom line. And then there's evil ones. And there's vile ones. There's 4 categories. There's 4 major biker groups out of the States. And KK. I forget. I gotta stop. Well, some strategies drive you in. Some things are gonna live on. Maybe they change their marketing strategy, and maybe they take a different last word, and maybe it's can't win them all. I haven't lost one, so and simply we're not at war as much as one man might think. When some men have certain things in their ranks, some men find something. By the grace of God, she could teach me how to be a person again. I'm just an animal now. I've been living in the squalor so long, and I've been living in the squalor. I'm just kidding. I don't have a problem now. I could probably move the car instead. Out to the yard. Simply on the road now. And simply put Simba's away. I didn't want to leave him, but I got away. And he's simply my boy. Simba's my cat son. He's got food out here, he's got water. I'll bring my necklace. That was from Montana. So without the crown now. I actually gotta leave it because I'm gonna put that back on there. I made it myself. I'm just gonna start making jewelry now. I'm gonna start making jewelry in my spare time. Simba, get out of there. Come on. I just doesn't want to go anywhere without me. I can't bring it. Simply put, the cigarette smoke is like, she's had a hard time with that chickadee life. That's just how it is. And I'm not gonna argue with it. I'll be out here from the day with them and just stay out here. Maybe I come back. Maybe I work all night and come back in the morning. Maybe that's my schedule. I like fighting evil wholesale, and I do. And I'm not trying to fight it any other way. I'm simply put, well, some men they just can't teach. So you get what we have here. How he wants it. Well, he gets it. Dun, 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 dun. How can I be so worthless? Chris is trying to be somebody that he's not. And he's not. He's not Guy, and he's not Cody. Guy didn't know about the frame up. And he's simply being betrayed by the throne. And they want Guy to take a frame up. Guy's not going to be taking a frame up. Guy doesn't need to take a frame up. It's up to the iffy to take his own. If it happens. If it happens, you can't, there's nothing on me. And what are you going to do with that? Well, if you rat him out, you got to go with him. So you guys are fucked if anything does happen. And that's on them. And I got nothing to really for. Hey, if the dad goes to Cannes, I'll visit him every winter. No problem. I'll go for Christmas. Maybe I might be met him. Maybe I won't be caught talking like that about the Queen. Because nobody talks about the Queen like that and gets away with in my books. And that's life. Certain men know how to negotiate, certain men do know how to negotiate. Certain men know how to not steal my fucking socks, and certain men know how to be Daleks and savage and not steal my socks when I'm on his side, and then start stealing from me when I'm starting to take 2 vacations. When technically he should be retired already, and Daleks took 2 vacations last year, and simply put, he just enjoys life. The only goddamn pair of pants I have another pair of pants here. Summer's gonna be a little bit. Summer's up for the night, so I'm not worried about it. And simply put, Dalek, and it doesn't get anything on it. And they simply want the old fix to go back in. My dad thinks it's just easier to go that way. He doesn't want to do the heavy lifting. Stand up and say something to Iffy and Valdic and Pat. He's been the 3rd wheel there, 4th wheel. And they thought when I was a high school kid, they knew what I was up to. They didn't have a fucking clue. And that was the best part about it. Kept those guys in the fucking dark. And now they thought they kept me in the dark. And I simply am the fucking fear that they fear. Not because of me, because of what I can do to him. I could light his ass on fire when he's sleeping. I'm not gonna, because he's my dad. And I have respect for him. But anybody could do that if they actually wanted to. And my mom's in the house. Simply put, she's not gonna get in. If she was waiting for her to die off and have me put in jail, who the fuck are you, man? Simply put, I try and figure your strategy out, and you keep going back to them because you're trying to work them over. Because you aren't an Illuminati geek. You aren't. I am. And that's the bottom line. So it doesn't matter what he says. It really doesn't. He can go to fucking jail. Because he could. And that's his bag of laundry. And he didn't get any laundry. You know, he's the legal trucker, that had his truck break down on purpose. Or Pat Haynes is to blame for that, but not Iffy. Fuck you, Key. Those guys have big money. You don't. So you better get on the right side or the wrong fucking person. You don't have the same connections I do, Geek. So you want to ride and die with you guys? Go ahead. You can babysit my cat. My mother will be able to feed him. You don't give a fuck about the cat. You don't give a fuck about someone's life. You're a fucking psychopathic killer. Well, maybe you aren't. Maybe you were at one time. Maybe you have killed, maybe you haven't. That's your own fucking business. Keep your hands off my fucking cat. And yeah, you don't touch me. Because you're a fucking weirdo animals. You always have been. Something that Grandma Denise taught you. She used to belt you. Something that you little fuckers didn't remember. The belt strap from Grandma. Eh? She never mentioned it. He loved her in the end, but well, you were missing a belt strap from the church. Probably wasn't the church, probably the teachers that used to do that. If I had a screwdriver, I could put this down. Maybe I shouldn't show them that I'm bringing my computer with. And maybe I'm not moving out. Maybe it's not that messy in here. Maybe I'm just excited to be me. Maybe I should be excited to be me. Maybe that Guy's that fucking turncoat in his own country. He's just a fucking savage fucking Frenchman that's basically a land pirate. And he knew Grandma Shirley's money was being taken. He didn't give a fuck because it was Shirley's money. She worked hard for that fucking money. You didn't care about your mother. You cared about your mother. That's where the buck stops. And yeah, she's my grandmother. I loved her more than you did. She simply knew you two were going to be, you and Johnny got into shit. Your grandmother, neither of them were good men. And she didn't really care for either of them. Because they were killers. And well, hey, Johnny beat men to death almost. He was there, kept alive because of Iffy. And that's it. And Iffy got one too. And yeah, he did in the schoolyard probably. Or when he was young when they weren't supposed to. Sounds kind of like me. But I'm a little bit smarter. I didn't beat no one to death. I didn't kill nobody. So. And well, naturally we would be enemies, but we're not. Because I can go North Shore, South Shore. I always have. I think that's just how it is. Some people don't. And I'm alive. And some people aren't. So. I got my own show. It's not much, but it is what it is. I always like wearing my hat this way. No, I didn't learn it from Steve. Some people are his partner, other people just don't like him. That's up to him. Simply put, hey, somebody did all their work in a not car, and a cell phone in his name, and some people didn't. Well, that's the cell phone's in my name and it's part of the frame up. Maybe not that one. Maybe it is. Is it Steve on there and it's in his name? Or it's in somebody else's name and they've been wiretapping it. You take calls stuff. So, and you don't work for me, pal. Never fucking did and you never fucking will. So, nice try. And I already addressed that weeks ago with my Vatican friends. And they're more like family now. Headache. Oh. No water out here. No, the old man's got all that money. He doesn't drop off a fucking flat of water or nothing. Nothing. Not a fucking right. Not a nothing. Doesn't bring up food. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. My mom does that. She doesn't have the money. He keeps it from her. Because she'll drink it all the way. He's a fucking no good Frenchman now. He knows he's caught. My mom's a saint. Caught red-handed trying to keep money away from my mother. And simply put, you're disgraced for it. Because Wayne Astor left it to both of you. And he would have made that sure of that in the will. He didn't go to will reading. Or is that obvious? Because I don't want any of it. I never asked my grandpa once for a loan. You guys tried to bankrupt him with your truck and little play there. Or he didn't know about that one. He didn't know about his truck being fucking sabotaged. Because they're all trying to get close to me, vying for my brain. My dad's the only one. And I've made it big, you fucking moron. So stop doing what Iffy says before I come in there and fucking kill you. Seriously, I'll kill you myself. If that's me my first kill, I'll fucking slaughter you like a fucking duck. Like a duck. Like when somebody kills a duck at hunting season, that's how I feel about you right now. So I'm leaving. Because you're caught. You're a fucking nomad. Big fucking deal. You handled me when I was a baby. That's the last time you ever did. That's when I got away from you. That's it. That's all. So you're a garbage man and a hidden player. Because you simply got into working because you got scared out of it by Uncle Johnny. And Uncle Johnny doesn't need to scare me because he cut off your finger. Didn't get in the workplace accident. Oh, that hurt. Well, you're also walking around with one finger less. Just because you stay home doesn't mean Uncle Johnny didn't cut it off. Simply, that'll be your prick if you leave my mother. You want to be made a eunuch? Well, I know some guys that don't mind doing that kind of work. And you might be my dad. That's the only fucking reason you're alive. So, you remember that. I want to keep talking about it. So, don't forget that, pal. When you keep teaching Chris G how to do things and trying to get it more and more scary, so I get scared. Oh, so scary. I'm so scary. What a scary man. You guys got taught something about it. You guys did. Brett beat up somebody once, and he did. And you guys ran him into the fucking ground over it, like you ran me into the ground, and he simply committed suicide, and he doesn't give a fuck about him. Hasn't mentioned him once since. Not once. Just used him. Not once since. Yeah, it's just nothing. He's used my mother for a name. That's it. Hides behind her. Hides behind her because she's a Hayden. And thinks he knows who her bloodline is now because he's been watching YouTube. Just hides behind her name. That's it. That's all he does. Keeps her home. He's scared here when he's scared or lonely by himself when she goes out to work at the end. And she enjoys herself and has a good time at work. Works hard. And he wants to keep her out of that. That's what he's doing. And you know anything about a mask? Check Garrett Getz's Facebook out there, pal. And check Josh Pettin's Facebook out. Those are my guys. We ran together for a while. And I trained them pretty good. And I did. And there were some other guys too, but not really. Those two never got away from me, but somebody hot dosed them, I think. Or they overdosed. I don't know. I can have suspicions, but not know for fact. So. And that's where it lays with me. And some of you out here when it gets there. And I'll be in when I get there. It's a long drive. And Simba wants to go outside, but he's got a litter just used. My boy, I'll spend some time with him. I know. Can't trust the humans. I know. Two cat sisters, and one was given away by Guy. He had the power to overrule that. He just doesn't want to stand up to buddy in Hawaii. And then I'm the only one doing it. So that makes me weak. And there's a bunch of weak men behind me, hiding from him, from behind me. Because simply put, I got more juice than Guy thinks. Other men are sick of that man. And he simply losing power. And game called the Modern Dope Trade. You're as good as your cell phone is. So he uses his daughters to do something, and they use Crystal Ham. I think he just thinks it's easier to have me killed than put in jail for life. Oh, it's not nice, Hickey. Have your daughter parade around in triumphant victory. Have me put in jail dead, hey? She's been more useful to him than I have. Are you sure about that? But if you end up in jail for life, and I don't come for Christmas, what are you going to do then? Retire? You know, the mob guys retired to jail cells too, right? John Gotti did, and he was a gangster, and he was a gangster and a mobster and a mafioso, and he was still a fucking serious man, a real serious man. And you ain't as serious as you think you were serious. You guys are waiting for a frame-up plot to work, and it's not going to work. So you better get used to being dad, because that's all you get. Remember when someone snacked the phone out of your hand and you called the cops? Yeah, I never hit you. Remember when I slammed you on the deck? I said I was in control of the family's defenses, you fucking moron. Simply put, you tried to frame me up. How many times since then? Twice or three or four times I've been put in because of you. And you don't get that no more. You're out of power, pal. No, I'm not the fall guy for Iffy and Gee. I am not. Not a fucking chance. Those two can go down together. If one of them needs another beating, it's my father. And if he can go down, there's Chris Gregoire still. Chris Gregoire, he's got his dad. And my dad wants to sell me under the bus. Doesn't mean he wants. But Chris wants nothing to do with his father. He never called him. He's not simply on Key and Iffy's side. So I guess all the protections that Chris has goes to me because, well, I'm probably closer to being his son than he is because I speak of this great Canadian country as like it's my home and I was born here. And I was born in Canada. Just because I'm in the Chase Falkland area right now doesn't mean I'm not fucking born in Canada. Chris simply deleted his Facebook recently, and he likes to pretend to be Cody Hayden, and he does all sorts of evil fucking vile shit with saying that he works for me, and he's a fucking loser, and he's a fucking no good, and he's simply lost. You guys lost, and you guys pretend to be in a world where I'm boss, and you guys are boss of Chris, and that's all you get, and that's all they get. They're nobodies. Well, they're somebodies, they're players, but not after somebody get them for a sit down. Cold, hot, cold. And some people didn't say much, and someone didn't know, and nobody knows. And simply put, there's something about a sit down I can't have with Iffy. He was supposed to be there. 3:28. He's supposed to be there at 4. I was back at that same day, and I'm still here. Some people know the address. And I got people stopping by for work now. Big deal. He didn't check the cameras. He didn't know nobody was here. Oh, man. What a fucking game this is. And fucking... What a game. I'd just rather stay here and sleep it off with Simba. He likes to lay on my legs. Or near my feet. It's cold in here. I had him the first summer in 2020. Right after my divorce or separation. And kind of separation that didn't end up back. We separated, got back together, and we separated again. And I don't miss her at all. I'm just saying the story. And she's wonderful. I miss her as a friend. She's a good friend. And somebody told her I was Chris G, or somebody told her when the time was right I was going to be a fall guy. And that's what she moved home to. And she seen somebody that was a fall guy for somebody. Oh, the little whimper on their bed about the bikers. Yeah, they're so scary. Yeah. And so I knew he was selling information to Valdick, and in person. You'd report to him, and he's a master spy. Valdick was his master spy, maybe in his 20s. He's simply 65 now. He doesn't know how to spy with his shit. He was spied on big time. I know everything there is to know about that guy. And he's simply not somebody that's dangerous anymore. He's not dangerous, no. He's got a phone. And that's all it is, smartphone era. And it's simply, I always looked at it as Queen Elizabeth's spyglass. And depends on how much supercomputing you got. It is a spyglass. And you guys simply are outfoxed. big time, outfoxed and outwolfed and outlined by men that are behind me in every fucking way, and they're a secret. Maybe some of the wives don't like me. Maybe they don't. I don't give a shit. Kiss my white ass. And it's white, not olive. And they might say they're not olives either. Well, they're not olives. They're people. Simply put, the tower's leaning, and when you guys push it up, back straight. And why is there no water coming out of the aqueduct anymore? Was there a floating lake there once? Came out of the mountains. No water left. Or they just don't use it anymore. As fresh water goes, we're all fucked. And simply put, some have a bottling manufacturing plant, some own the bottles. And I just say that. There's lots of water left. As long as you don't sweat it all out working. Because it goes somewhere. It evaporates. It doesn't go anywhere. Interesting. The grace of God. I'm saved. Someone believes my story. She's a little younger, but she hasn't been hurt by man yet. So she's been raised on a good story about me. At least what they thought they heard. Because she's been raised by the good side of the Cody fans. There's a bad side of the Cody fans, and there's a neutral party Cody people that don't really have any emotional attachment to him. And then there's the other Codys in the world. Some are male, some are female. I know one that's about to burst. She's pregnant. And we'll see in court. And simple plain. She got a strong ally in me. She made sure I got some of my grandpa's stuff. And things are done for a reason. I never just did anything. I can't explain it to her. And she's simply a good-looking woman. She's ready to burst though. So hopefully her water doesn't break because of me. And she's the other Cody in town. I know she's an info. She was at one point. I never slept with her. So I don't have a track record with a woman. Except for when I was a teenager. And I was being good to every woman I've been around. So I picked on a woman once and somebody's dad straightened me out for it. And I respected him for it. And I was in. And dad's obviously a nomad. And I know that for a fact. And he didn't tell me. Nobody told me. I already know. Simply put, some men hold the keys to the fucking car, and some people own the car. And some people work when they're sleeping, some people work when they're awake. And because he was taught something, and his mind, and his brother came over, or he just started using it. He's already always done it. I don't know, but I was the one that didn't do any of it forever. And any publicity people, well, I won't fall asleep because I won't wake up again. So, till I wake up. I sleep like a baby because I have nothing to fear. My life is already here. I don't know what you need to know or I need to hear. And I don't even know because I'm not no fucking queer. And engineer, somewhere other thing. Population control, I think. Somebody doesn't like it. Actually does like it. Coming in closer for a snuggle. Just wants the world to know. I'm not queer. And like Chris maybe, they might have done that to him on purpose. Just to embarrass somebody. It's not embarrassing because they allow it in service branches in the States. It's not embarrassing, Chris. If you and Ryan found love, that's okay. if you guys are seen cuddling, well, hey, that's okay. And if Chris and Ryan are just friends, well, that's okay too. But friends that sleep in the same bed with the couch right there, that's not friends. That's called love. Some of you two found love. That's alright. Davy Street's just down the road. Simply, Chris has got the money stashed ready to go move there. He's just trying to be tricky with my mind. Because she's not the responsible. ability of me. He's not my son. He's not my boss. He's not my worker. He's nothing to me really right now. Because I'm pissed off at him. He's a lying sack of shit. I got more money coming to me than fucking biblical amounts. And the Vatican's bank's going a little broke. Well, get in the repossession business. How many did you want? As many as you can take. And depends how you look at it. They're not in the repossession business. So they just want the faith to be strong. I think it's back. It's getting back. I know they're not going to sell me down the river for helping out with a little thing called the trust in the faith. And that's all it is. Some people didn't waver over the years. Some people did. And, even the Orthodox Church in Russia, some people didn't waver. And simply put, I don't know. Men are wintering. They're stewing because they're stewing. And their feet are cold and they're fucking stewing in the winter. So that's life. It's at war. And I don't know why. But I stand with Ukraine and I stand with the West because I have to. It's just naturally where I stand. I've never been to Russia. And they have their own reasons for it. It's not going to be a world war, so hopefully it works out soon for everybody. There's going to be a lot of construction work after. Some young men are going to have to take it, or they're going to have to wait for robots to do the building. Because, people got to do work. Nowhere lasts forever. Nowhere lasts forever.